to. I was raised where I was told by those close to me, some close to me, that had we the advancements of the day now, handing out condoms and abortions, I and my sister and my twin sister would never have lived. And then I went to school. And when I got to school, they told me there was this little pea. Never mind who made it. And it exploded one day. And then by a myriad of tremendously fortuitous circumstances, all aligning in some miraculous means, never mind how that could have happened, that it started to mutate. And as it mutated, it got struck by lightning. Never mind how that happened. And as it mutated and got struck by lightning, well, then it grew gills. And then it grew legs and crawled out of the water. And then ultimately it stood upright and it grew hair and it began to speak, and it's you. Congratulations. You're an evolved pea. Should it surprise me that elementary school children are murdering other elementary school children when they're taught they have no purpose for being alive themselves? We try to give them self-esteem, but we started by telling them that you're just a random collection of atoms with no real meaning on this earth. You're just basically mass, just like everything else is, that just happens to talk and breathe and think a little different than other creatures, but just the same. You're just a thing. What's to make me think that your life is important if I don't think mine is? But if you could hear Jesus speak to you right now, right where you're sitting. I'm not talking about the mass. I'm talking about you individually, your name here. What would he say to you? Would it sound a little something like this? Have you any idea the over 1.5 million dangers that faced you when you were in the womb? Have you any idea the miracle of a seed and an egg meeting and then clinging to a wall? Have you any idea the infinite amount of negative mutations that could have destroyed you that I kept from happening? Have you any idea the diseases your mother faced while she was pregnant with you that I did not let enter your system? Have you any idea the diseases that came near her that she did not contract, because had she, it would have destroyed you? Have you? Have you any idea the miracle of birth? This arduous and tenuous process of being pulled out of a human being, that you survived it? Have you any idea the miracle of taking your first breath outside of the womb? After, for however many months, 8, 9, or whatever, you had learned to gather everything in an entirely unique environment. Have you any idea the 150 or so various bacterium and diseases that dwell commonly that could have killed you in the first 3 months of your life, but didn't because I kept you alive? Have you any idea how many times you, in the carelessness and the careless spending of your life, should have died, but I kept you from dying? Have you any idea how many times you've personally tried to kill yourself, but I've stopped you? Can you remember how many? Have you any idea how many times the drunk driver drove right past you, those staring at your headlights, wanting to veer towards them, but I sent my angels up between your two cars because I wanted you alive so you could stay here for this day to hear this? Have you any idea the dangers you faced on your way to church this morning? How could you say you have no purpose, no meaning, when my son bled and died to make you mine? That's the heart of God.